got this in the mail, and I thought I'd give a little shout out to this person here. Even though there has been tons of donations, I would like to just say thank you to Cassidy for donating some treats to the foster animals in my care. And today, actually, I have a surprise for you guys. The reason why I say foster animals instead of foster hamsters is we have a new visitor. So welcome, Munchkins and viewers alike, to this introduction video of a little female mouse named Periwinkle. So Periwinkle Story was I was at a pet store and I was just grabbing some items, and one of the cashiers was very interested in what I did because I mentioned that I fostered and rescue. So this person was very thrilled with what I was doing, and then another cashier slash employee overheard my conversation and asked me if I would foster, say, mice, for example. And I said I was actually looking into it. I was doing a bit of research and I might have an enclosure for an up-and-coming mouse if need be. And they let me know that they have an available mouse in the back that was deemed only for pet only. Unfortunately, with pet stores, a lot of the times people will return mice if they either A, something doesn't work out, if they were originally a pet, or B, most likely return because the snake won't eat it and they don't know what to do with it. But in this case, the explanation for why Periwinkle was surrendered was because they don't exactly know why, but they do know that the owner asked for pet only, so that's why Periwinkle has been in the back for a while. Now with pet stores, they don't sell pet mice very often, and unfortunately they always tend to sell them as feeders, especially for snakes that refuse to eat frozen, thawed mice. So live is the next best option, and that's why pet stores still do that. So for those of you wondering why can't they eat thawed and frozen, sometimes snakes actually refuse and they're so used to a living thing, so that is why. For any snake owner out there, snake owners should understand that, but for anybody that does not understand that, that's not a snake owner, now you know. Sometimes snakes are just very picky and or particular. Females and male mice actually smell a lot different, and so they might actually just prefer a specific gender as well. So that's a fun fact for you guys. But we should be talking about the reason why I saved Periwinkle today. I thought that this would be a great opportunity to actually start branching out at Munchie's place for very similar small animals. See, I can't take in rabbits, which I've been asked. I can't take in guinea pigs, so I do believe I have a good setup, but I don't have the supplies and or things for guinea pigs, especially since guinea pigs are a lot larger of a small animal variety than, say, hamsters, gerbils, or mice. But mice are very similar when it comes to gerbil and hamster care, but they are climbers, and mice have a lot different needs than hamsters and gerbils, but they are very similar, so that's why I decided to start branching out. Unfortunately for this area, even though I did make it clear in the beginning of my Munchie's Place journey that I would be taking in hamsters and gerbils, unfortunately gerbils are super rare and hard to come by around my area, and the few times that I did help out gerbils, it was through networking on my Facebook rehoming group or just classifieds and or Craigslist. When I see a gerbil that I can't get to, I network and make sure somebody else who is located around that area could get to that gerbil or gerbils, and it's quite rare. And we did have a breeder for a while. It was a backyard breeder that was breeding them and then threatening to release them and things like that, which is awful because that's a scare tactic for breeders out there. They're like, oh well, we're just gonna release them and or take them to the pet store for feeder blah 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 if you don't come and get them. But yes, I've been very observant when it comes to stuff like that, but I thought that I could handle Periwinkle. And Periwinkle is this beautiful little, I want to say kind of almost grayish purple, that's why I named her Periwinkle, but this gray little mouse. Now when I first got Peri, she was very skittish, but I was able to handle her and to interact with her. She took treats from my hand, which is a start. And what you need to do first off when you get a mouse is to talk to it. So I was talking to Periwinkle for a while, and because Periwinkle is a female, females should be paired with other females. They do better when they are paired and or in a female colony. So unfortunately Periwinkle was surrendered alone, and Periwinkle should have a pairing of another female companion and or a female colony. So we will be definitely sending Periwinkle off on her way to somebody who has another female mouse and or has a colony established. But for Periwinkle, right now she is currently just alone and to herself, but hopefully we can get her in a home very quickly. However, like I said, not many people actually shop for mice for pets. So it might take Periwinkle a little bit of time, but I'm slowly interacting with her and she's slowly getting used to my presence, which is wonderful just because this is going to be my first ever foster mouse, because at my pet store, I always take care of feeders and they go very quickly just because a snake's gotta eat. But Periwinkle is so cute and I really love mice. I know a lot of people always say ew, gross, and they don't like the fact that they poop everywhere, but they have uncontrollable bowel movements, so it's not their fault. It's just the way mice were designed. So it's not that they want to be messy or dirty, it's because they're naturally dirty like that. But I find them to be very cute, and I also follow Curtis on YouTube as well as a few other YouTubers who have mice around, and I absolutely thought they were adorable. They're not really for me. I'm more of the hamster lady, and I will always be the hamster lady in my heart at least, and also the mother of cats, of course. But I thought if I have the supplies, if I have the housing, and if they are just temporarily going to be here, I can work and network with trying to find them a proper home and get them seen by people, because you don't just go to a pet store to just, you know, find a pet mouse. Not all the time, and even when you do go there, there's a possibility that nobody has surrendered a mouse, that the mouse is actually just going towards snake food. So networking is a really big part of what I do daily, and that's some of the reason why my time is so taken up, is because I network so much, not just for my fosters. I network with shelters, I network with Craigslisters, I network, and people come and they ask me if they can surrender certain animals to me, and when I can't, I always suggest them places and people and, you know, the whole shebang there. And if you guys are watching this video and would like to help out and start getting to the fostering and or maybe just the rescue work, I would highly recommend trying to find a local shelter that might actually guide you on how to foster small animals if they do foster small animals. There's only a few shelters around here that actually do. The rest of them just send off their animals to pet stores and partner with pet stores to get their small animals seen by the right people. Just like how I'm networking online. They basically network with pet stores to push for pet adoptions in pet stores. And there's also pet store adoption events that usually are only for larger animals like cats and dogs that are usually on the weekends, but when it comes to small animals, you tend to see them from shelters at pet stores all the time until they're gone and adopted. So that's Periwinkle's story. There's not really much to tell you guys other than how I found her, what I am doing, and hopefully just to get her used to my company and my presence and see how she does here, and hopefully update you guys in the future about potentially her going to a good home. So for now, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like today's video, hit like to show your support, comment down below with anything you would like to say, and subscribe if you're new here and would like to see more from me and be a part of the Munchkin family. So thanks guys for listening to me and to just meet Periwinkle. I'm gonna nickname her Perry because it's so much easier when I go up to her enclosure and be like, Perry, hey Perry. It kind of sounds like Katy Perry when I say Perry, but I do like the name Perry, at least to be a nickname. So her full name is Periwinkle, but I still will be calling her Perry. But more videos of Perry in the future and or updates. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.